Dwelling in peace in the Lord, call for the blood. Hey, try to decide my death, and y'all beside yourself. Swore drawn for what you perform. How you gon' hide yourself? Devil got to die for his life, and ain't got no love for the practice. No, just fooling teach. And then my father's house is feeding pigs. I got plenty of pigs. What me and finish this your death sentence. I'm talking about slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise and fill the world with lies. And down for your skin, you gon' die for your crime. I'm talking to you. So war for your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil let the end from them. Slaughter, slaughter. Now they shook the vicious words out this handbook. About to take these rappers back to school. My flow standing hook. They crossed the line, ain't no coming back. You became no powers. The only thing sweet is the honey jet. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hand down death for the devil. There's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they lied to leave a man to stiff pork. You see a flag in the bed. I see swords in a pitchfork. Go ahead. So please believe me. The white man is a demon. And I ain't gonna go with him to free me. It's the weak. They call the purpose. Why this back to they grow like Cena? You got this nigga on his knees. They wanna have beef. You screaming that this bitch burn. At 1,000 degrees. I'm laying in the bosom of the beast. I told her I knew when you think she please. As I squeeze on the double D's. Fuck you, bitch. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, slaughter. And they do not rise and fill the world with lies and die for your skin. You gon' die for your crime. I'm talking to you. So war for your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devils that get in this game. Slaughter, slaughter.
The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on.
I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did it.
Slaughter, and they do not rise and fill the world with lies and die for your skin. You gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So war for your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devils that get in this thing. Slaughter, slaughter.
Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he's thief? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why should the white man pay?
I'm in a hell of a hole. I'm in a hell of a hole. Whatever expected to grow. Just hustle who's setting up.
Y'all should be able to see the live now. Brothers need water. Sisters, anyone? Sisters need water.
Awesome.
All right. We good to go. What? I know. No. Oh, this camera. What? Okay. All right, go ahead, clap it up. It's the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, under Commander General Yohana. It's a Tuesday Brotherhood class. We're rocking it out here in Goldsboro. You understand? We got the brothers in here. We got the sisters in here at the water to y'all for showing up. Brothers, sisters online. I know how we're going to get it rocking. We're going to start off. Give me Zephaniah 2-1 real quick. Okay. Brothers online, sisters online, we got a question. Type it in the chat. The question could be on topic or off topic. Then we had Shalom says we had a question from last class. Brother, if you in here from last class with that question, you just want to post that question again, I'll go ahead and answer it this class. If not, no sweat, I'll answer it either way. Let me get Zephaniah 2-1.
Zephaniah.
Everyone in the class, if y'all have a question at any point, just raise your hand. At any point, doesn't matter if the question is on topic or off. Go ahead, read what you got.
This book is Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together. O nation, not desire.
Now, what does this mean? I done broke down the scripture about probably literally 500 times. What does this scripture mean? What is this talking about? Anybody? Sis?
Israel coming together.
Israel coming together. A little bit more. A little bit more. Remember, you got to paint the picture. Paint the picture because Christians, how many of y'all were Christians before coming in here? Honest brothers. The rest of y'all was born in the truth, huh? Sad to say, if you weren't in the truth, you were a Christian. If you're a Muslim and you weren't in the church, you were still a Christian. If you were a spiritualist or believed in spirituality, you were still a Christian. You know why? Mm-hmm. Not necessarily. Why? Come on.
They believe the same thing.
Like what?
They believe in the same thing.
Like what?
Like spirituality.
I mean, you got to break it down. I mean, because remember, Christianity to most people, well, not to most, but to some people who's not in the truth, they look at the Christian church like hypocrisy. They say, I don't go to the church. I see how they act in the Christian church. I ain't a part of that. So they call themselves spiritualists, so they have a sense of spirituality, but they're still Christian. Hell, come on. True. Right? What else? What else do they do? Alongside with whatever they want to do, what else do they do? I mean, a little bit more specific. How many of y'all celebrated Christmas before? All y'all hands should be raised. Come on. I mean, you could say that, but you all celebrated Christmas. Christmas is what holiday? It's a Christian holiday. Yeah. All the spiritualists, there's atheists. I've battled atheists who celebrates Christmas. To this day, they don't believe in God, but celebrate Christmas. Christmas is supposed to be about what? The birth of Christ. If you're not a Christian, if you don't believe in God, then why are you celebrating a religion? I mean, or a holiday that is posed by religion that's about Christ? It's retarded. But it's because they're really what? Christians. Atheists who claim to not believe in God are what? Christians. Muslims who claim to not believe in the Christian Bible are what? Christians. Why? That and Muslims believe that God loves who? Everybody. Muslims believe that God loves everybody and anybody can be a Muslim. And you could come in the Islamic religion from any way or walk of life, and you can come in there, you could be a drug dealer, you could do whatever you want to do. And God, Allah will accept you and to help you change your life. And praise be to Allah. What does that sound like? Sound like the Christian church. You understand? The reason why Islam is so popular amongst Black people is because Black people naturally want to rebel against a slave master. So you give them a religion that has some sort of color onto it, they cleave onto it. They run to it quickly. You understand? They did it in the 60s heavily, running into that disgusting religion called Islam because they put a black face on it, when really Islam is just a piece of garbage, just like Christianity. You understand? But all of these people who claim to believe different things, they all believe the same thing. You understand? Okay, I see a question, Mike Shaw. We're going to get to it. They all believe the same thing. They believe in white supremacy. You understand? Those Muslims know that the white man runs the earth. They know that. With their little hats on their head and they robes and they women covered up like they a damn blanket, they know that the oppressor rules the earth. And they live their life according to the oppressor's laws. They raise their children according to how America teaches you to raise your children. They do what America tells them to do because they believe in white supremacy. You understand? What else? Any other examples? You mentioned it before with the law. What else do Christians? And remember, Christians are anyone who is not the truth.
They have no understanding.
Remember, in a battle, you want to cut a Christian. You got to make points that are undeniable, right? I don't want to have to play Christian just this early into the class, but I will, right? I'm the Christian. Let's say I'm the spiritualist, and I'm coming to y'all, and y'all telling me that I'm a Christian because I'm not in the truth with y'all. But I say I'm not a Christian, man. I don't believe in that Christian nonsense, that nasty Christian church. They be molesting kids. I don't rock with them. What would you say? How do you battle me?
Well, I would ask, what do you believe in?
I believe in the fundamentals of God, man. I believe that there's a God who created human beings, man. And, as long as you tune in with yourself and you tune in with your third eye, your hemoglobin glands, then, your homeostasis is going to keep you on balance. And if your homeostasis is on balance, you got to watch what you say, what you eat, who you listen to, who you hang around, the activities you involve yourself with. As long as you keep control of what you're doing, then you'll be all right, man. But you start to allow yourself to get influenced by the world and all this wickedness out here, man. And that's when you start to fall off, man. How do you battle? You got to
So I got ask another question. How did you come into that understanding?
look, man. How did you come to the understanding that you was a black man?
From being
Sisters, how did you come into the understanding that you was a woman? It's life. It's life, brother. She didn't have to read a book to tell her that she was a woman. She didn't have to go to some man to tell her that she was a woman. It's life. A woman has a flower. She knows she's a woman. Brothers, you know you a man. You understand? You hit that puberty, you get some the deepness in your voice starts to happen. You know you a man because God is all connected with us in one. You understand? That's how I'm connected with the Lord. You understand? I don't need a book. I know if I put seeds in the earth and water it, plants will grow. Because that's life, brother. How do you battle? It's hard, huh? Y'all ready to sit in the seat, huh? Y'all ready to take the microphone and go out to camp? I know.
I'm about to say
No sweat. Come on, Juan. I know you got it. What do you say? How do you make me know that I'm an idiot and I don't know any damn thing? I'm a spiritualist, man. Y'all getting cut by the spiritualists, man. No sweat. Good night. You understand? You remember your main focus is to show me that I'm a what? I'm a Christian. Why? Because Christians do whatever the hell they want to do. You understand? You're an idiot. You know why? Because you would take an apple seed and your dumb ass would try to plant it on the edge of a beach because you're stupid. Because even with seeds comes laws. Even with seeds comes direction. If you allow a bunch of seeds to grow in the earth and just don't maintain it and have no boundaries on the things that you're planting, what will you have? A jungle. Madness. What the hell is a jungle gonna do for us? It doesn't do anything. It won't grow the right way. You won't harvest what you planted the correct way. The fruit, the vegetables would go to waste if you have no law to control what you're doing. And so what his spiritualist is spirituality, he breeds men and women who do whatever they want to do. You know why? Because they're connected with God. You know who else is connected with God? Eddie Long. Eddie Long was connected with God once. He was also connected with your children when he decided to go molest them. You know who he said told him to do that? God did. God told him to molest your children. God tells the Jehovah's Witnesses to become pedophiles and rape your sons and your daughters. They godly people, just like the spiritualists. You understand? The difference between us and them is that we don't do what we want to do.
Right.
We don't live the life that we want to live. We don't eat the things that we want to eat. We do what the Lord told us to do because we actually do love God. You understand? Precept. Come on. Come on. Come on.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For this is the love of God.
But this is the love of God. All of you claim to love God. Everybody. All of you in this room claim to love God. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Right.
You understand? But if you really, truly love God, this is it. Keep going.
That we keep his commandments.
Now we do what?
That we keep his commandments.
Simple. Like learning about the Lord isn't difficult. Because of Christianity and because of Egyptology and spiritualists, it makes learning about what's right and what's wrong as it pertains to God very, very difficult. It's hard to find because all of you in your head, you at some point you start to question and you start to doubt. You start to say, well, who do I trust? Who is right when it comes to learning about God? Is it my mother? Is it my Christian pastor? Is it the imam? Is it the bashir? Or is it these niggas up in this little room? You start to question as to who is correct when it comes about God, when it comes to teaching you about who the Lord is. But it's not confusing. You want to know who the Lord is with, you go to who is telling you to do what the Lord says to do. In the Israelite school of UPK, you're taught to follow what? The law, statutes, and commandments. Simple. You know why? Because that's how you love God. You understand? Read it again.
This book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For this is the love of God,
Mm-hmm.
that we keep his commandments.
Mm-hmm.
And his commandments
Mm-hmm.
are not grievous.
And his commandments are not grievous. It's not hard to stop doing the things that you think is impossible to do. It's not hard. It's not hard to stop smoking weed. It's not hard to stop prostituting yourself out. It's not hard to not envy and not be jealous and fighting your brothers because they stepped on your shoe. It's not hard. You understand? This is a simple thing to do if you what?
Keep his commandments.
It's simple if you what?
That's what I got on.
Come on.
If you love God.
If you love the Lord. Yeah, give him a hand. He got it. I ain't think nobody was gonna get it.
I was raising my hand, but I'm like, let him get it.
It's simple if you love God. You understand? Because the Lord wants your obedience the same way as your father do. The same way you'll have sons and you'll have daughters one day, and you'll want from them. You'll want obedience. You'll want for them when you tell your children, make sure you're home before the street light come on. What do you want? You want them to come home before the street light come on. And if your children love you, they'll do everything in their power to make sure that they don't disobey you, because that's love. Other than that, I don't know what else I could do with you. You understand? You a rogue warrior on your own. You a lone wolf, and you got to get up out my house. You understand? So, is there any more on that?
Wow, sir.
Go ahead. I mean, go back to Zephaniah 2:1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together. O nation, not desire.
Now, what does this talk about?
So I get on.
Mm-hmm.
Israel come back together.
A little bit more.
So I get on.
Mm-hmm.
Israel basically coming back to the ISUPK, or coming into the ISUPK.
Mm-hmm. In a battle, you're gonna trap yourself up, because then they're gonna say, well, where does it say ISUPK in the Bible? Right? The ISUPK is just the name of the home of the truth. It's just the name. All right. But this body is what our people are supposed to be a part of. All right. But what is it saying? A little bit more than just Israel. Who is Israel? Mm-hmm. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's who this is talking about. It's all this Bible is talking about. There's nowhere in this Bible where it's talking about salvation for the oppressor, the white man, the Hamite, the African, the Japanese. Contrary to popular belief, the Lord is against all of these other nations, all of them. He does no love for them whatsoever, right? But this is talking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians gathering together. Now, how are they supposed to gather together? Back to what I just broke down. Come on. They have to come together under one body, one faith, and one baptism. We have to be the same. When we come together, we can't have multiple ideologies. We can't be half of us celebrating Christmas and half of us holding the Passover. Some of us holding the Feast of First Fruits and some of us holding Thanksgiving. It ain't going to work like that, because we'll do what? We're going to clash. And one day the Lord allowed it. And one day, if the Lord allow, we'll fight. We'll fight. You understand? And it'll be, what did Christ say? Think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. He said, I have come to set a man at variance against his son, and a son against his father, a mother against her daughter, and a daughter against her mother. He come to separate you. Y'all think family is everything. Oh, my blood, my kin. The Lord came to do away with all of that. You know what the Lord want? The Lord want those who are going to stand with him and he want those who gonna stand without him on the other side. So if your daddy think that you in a cult because you coming in here, then your daddy is an enemy. You understand? If my son thinks that this is a cult, and he thinks that being in the Christian church is the truth, well then guess what? My son better not walk his narrow ass out there at camp, because I'm gonna blaze on him. I'm gonna call him a Christian. I'm gonna call him stupid and dumb and weak. And I'm gonna tell him exactly how he does not love the Lord. And you know where he can't come? He ain't gonna be able to come around us. He ain't gonna be able to rock with us. Nah. We going to shoot pool with Sadat. Nah, son, you can't come in here. You know why? Because you don't love God. You understand? And the Lord wanted us to come together with those of a like mind. Now that's tough. Now, that's a hard burden to carry, because of course you love your family. You love your brothers and you love your sisters, and you love the people you was raised with. But the question is this: who do you love more? Who do you love more? You love your cousins, or do you love the Lord? You understand? And what did Christ say on this matter? I need a precept. What did Christ say about this? Maisha, I'm coming to you, brother. I see your question, man, but let me answer real quick. You said, Salaki, sir, where can I find the standards for the tribes of Simeon, Asher, Gad, and Reuben? I looked in Deuteronomy, Exodus. I couldn't find it for those tribes. Hey, Salaki, that's a little lengthy of a breakdown. You might be better for you when the next time you're in the Durham school. I think the scriptures are attached to those pictures up in the Durham school. But as far as on the top of my head, I don't have that the answer off the top of my head, brother Salaki. Mm-hmm.
Verse we talking about the laws hinged off these two laws.
Nope.
Ask the question again, Bob.
What did Christ say about this matter when it came to your family or the truth? He said a few things. I'll take a couple scriptures if you can find them. There's a couple ones that you can use, couple precepts. Sis? You can pull that one. There's a couple of them. Anyone found it yet? Try Matthew chapter 10. Right? Get the one the sister pulled too. When Christ was speaking to the disciples and his mother, and the Shamar came in and told him that his mother wanted to speak to him. If y'all can't find it, I'll find it. But someone give me Matthew 10 and verse 37. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 37.
Start at verse 34.
Verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
This is Christ. This is Christ talking. Everybody thought Christ was all love and love. Like, how many of y'all heard that when Christ come back, all evil gonna be gone? That Christ coming back and it's gonna be just love and happiness and peace. It's out Christ's own mouth. He said, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I mean, don't think that. Keep going.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
I came not to send peace, but a sword. What do you use a sword for? Mm-hmm. To kill. Yeah. That sword today is that what? Is that Glock 17? What y'all be putting on y'all guns? Some drums, huh? And your little brother in the back, he like, yeah. That AK pistol, that Pac-9, that AK-47. Well, that's what this is talking about. Christ said that he came not to send peace, but a sword. Keep going.
Verse 35. 35.
Mm-hmm.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law
Mhm.
against her mother-in-law.
Meaning he came to separate whole families. He came to split it all the way up. Why? Because he knew that there was going to be some that will follow him, and there's going to be others that's going to follow the world. They're going to follow the Romans. They're going to follow Pontius Pilate. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 36.
Mhm.
And a man's foe shall be they of his own household.
What's that mean? Good night.
Like,
Come on.
the people that live in his household would be his enemies.
Your family members, the ones you love. You understand? It's a sacrifice to love, to follow Christ. It hurts to do this job that we do. It hurts to be sisters in here. It hurts to be brothers in here, because you lose so much of things that you love, things that made you feel good. Your grandmother, your cousins, your nieces, your aunts, your nephews, your uncles, your father, your mother, your friends. It hurts so much. But here's the question. If you're losing your friends for following Christ and it hurts, why does it hurt? Why is this happening? Who's causing this pain and why?
It's like,
Come on.
the Lord's calling him pain.
Not so much the Lord on this one. This might be a little too deep for you. Who's causing this pain and why? What you need? Yeah. I want to take a shot. Come on.
Like, would it be our so-called leader?
No, it ain't the leader.
Repeat the question, sir.
When Christ is setting a variance with family members and coming into the truth, and your family members are now becoming your enemies, and it hurts. It hurts you because you do not want to lose your family members. You love them. Who is causing that pain and why? Why are they causing it? How many of y'all ever been in a relationship that ended and you didn't want it to end? Was it painful when it ended? This nigga's a pimp. Realistically, though, it hurts. You know, obviously, it hurts because you didn't want it to end. No one wants to lose something they want to keep. Who caused that pain? Y'all the type to jump off a bridge. Y'all, me, I caused the pain myself. It's all me. It was my fault. Who caused that pain? They did. They caused it. You know why? Because they didn't have the gall to stand with you. They didn't have the balls to love God with you. They didn't have the fortitude to stop eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster with you. They were weak and you were strong. You loved the Lord, and so you set out to prove it. The reason why that pain is there is because they don't give a damn about God. They don't care. They don't care to come to this class and listen to what you're talking about. They don't care to sit down online and just a couple hours. They don't care to come on. Hold on one second. Hold on. They don't care to come listen to a camp speaking. They don't give a damn to just come to the cookout and just see who all these newfound family members you hanging around with. They don't even give a damn. And these supposed to be your family. These supposed to be your mothers and your fathers and your brothers and sisters. I couldn't imagine. I've been with my rib for some time now. Still ain't met the fathers. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being a brother who has loved ones under me and not giving a damn to even check out what it is they doing. You know why they don't check it out? Because they don't care. But because you are someone who loves the Lord, because you're someone who has compassion, you're someone who has empathy, you actually have a heart, you care so much that it hurts you. You're the one who cries at night. You're the one who's sad because you're losing your family when they're getting high and partying. They smoking all the weed, drinking all the Hennessy, popping all the whores while you sitting there, man, why my uncle just come to class, man? He could be so good in the truth, man. Why don't he just listen one time? He ain't worried about you at all. He don't care about what God had to say in his book. He believed that God loves everybody and God knows his heart, and he is going to stand on his own morality to the day that he died, and that's his death. You understand? Come on. Come on.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
My little children,
Mm-hmm.
let us not love in word,
Mm-hmm.
neither in tongue,
Mm-hmm.
but in deed and in truth.
Pull on boot his scriptures. All right. We all know what that means. It takes an action to actually love the Lord. All right, keep going. And where we was at, you can drop that precept. Come on.
Verse 2.
Nah, drop the precept. Go back to verse 37.
37.
Matthew 10, 37.
Come on, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 37.
Mm-hmm.
He that loveth father or mother
Mhm.
more than me.
Hold on now. Here we go. Now, I done seen this I see this all the time. This, you would imagine, right? You couldn't imagine how many black men, I'm talking about niggas. I'm talking about niggas who you would think is a gangster. You thought is hardcore. Like, I'm almost to the point where I'm like, ain't no way he coming up in here. Like, this nigga, he trying to shoot people. You can't imagine how many men I've seen come into the classes and they will say, man, I love this shit right here. What y'all doing, man? This is what I've been looking for. This is the truth. Man, I'm going to get up in that Hebrew Academy, man. And all this, that, and the third. And they don't ever come back after that. You know why? Who could guess why they don't come back? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. It ain't that.
So look, they love what they doing. Well,
They love this shit. I'm just like, they love this. They love it. They looking at the pictures and the swords. They like, man, you ain't got to be gay to serve the Lord. I could be a real nigga. I'm in here. Come on.
I have a question. They said Matthew, but I just wanted you to break down 28 in that same chapter.
All right, no sweat. Damn, hold on. You almost made me lose my point. Come on.
So they loving in word. They don't prove it and they don't show that action, and that's why they don't come back. It's just words.
This brother love it, man. Don't think it's not a trick. I'm serious. He loves it. He loves it. This thing. Why don't they come back? Why he ain't come back? Think about it.
Because he truly has to give up what it is that he truly loves.
And, okay, that's on it. That's on it. Come on. Because that woman told him not to go back. That's what happened. Yeah, man. And you always see him in the groceries. I don't know why it's always like that. You always see him in the grocery store afterwards, like a month or two later. Hey, what happened? Why you ain't come to? Man, my old lady, man, she was like, man, it was just causing problems in my relationship. You know, she was threatening, you know, with the kids and all that. Or to be a brother and his mother, right? My mom's, man, she tripping, man, talking about, I better not go over there. You know, right now I'm living with her. So, you know, man, that's what it is. But I rock with y'all, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. I'm going to see y'all one day. That's what always happens. You understand? Read it one more time.
Verse 37.
Mm-hmm. You allowed your woman to take you out of here. You allow her to run her mouth so much, and because you're so scared, you're such a wimp. You know, you're so small in life. You're such a small little man in life that you allow whatever the hell she said. She dictated the God that you serve. You understand? Or you're such a small, such a naive woman, such a stupid woman that you allowed your friends and their big mouth. And they don't do nothing but have sex with every man in Goldsboro, every man in Durham, and every man in Raleigh. Then had 3 abortions, and you allowed what they say to dictate the God that you serve. You allow them to say, sis, that's a cult. And because you're stupid, you say, damn, maybe pass me the blunt. Maybe you're right. I am stupid for trying to stop smoking weed. I am stupid for not trying to eat pork anymore. That's honestly terrible for my health. I am stupid for not doing these things anymore. And you believe them over believing what God said to do. But God said this, read.
It's not worthy of me.
Meaning what?
So like,
Come on.
he's not. He would rather you just not go along.
What do all of us want? Christians are like the atheists, the Christians, brothers in the truth, the sisters in the truth. What do all of us want in the end? We all want to make it to the kingdom of heaven. That's what we all want. Don't y'all want to go up there and eat steak with Tupac? That's what everybody say, right? Go up to the pearly gates and eat steak with Tupac. That's what we all want. But the Lord said that you ain't worthy of that. You know why? Because you chose to love your family and your friends more than you loved him. You chose to love the world more so than you love the Lord. Keep reading.
And he that loveth son or daughter
And
more
now your children. Yeah, I think this joint is a game. Let's get deep. Your own children. Keep going.
more than me is not worthy of me.
You love your children more than the Lord. You ain't worthy of the Lord. I don't give a damn who you are. If I ever had a rib to say, if you continue in that truth, I'm gonna take your children. Shalom. Shalom. Daddy loves you. I try to see you as much as possible. And I pray that when you're 18, you grow up and you realize how much of a stupid bitch your mother was. And maybe you'll come find me. But until then, I have to do this. This is the work that has to be done. You know why? Because if I drop my sword then for my children, then how many other women would be raised up to be monsters like her? How many other men will be raised up to be weak like him? And then we'll continue in the condition that we're in today. We'll have more drug addicts, more homosexuals, more gang bangers, and more murderers, and more thieves, and more liars, because we won't have anyone to stand on the one thing that's going to save our people, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. Break it down.
So like,
Come on.
one who's not able to take accountability for what he's doing.
Remember what Christians use the scripture to mean you're supposed to take a cross and wear it. And that's stupid. That is very stupid. It's childish and it's disrespectful. Before they run a track meet. No, his cross was heavy. His cross hurt. He suffered when he carried that cross. You know how you suffer to carry a cross? When you stop loving your mother and father to be in here.
Right.
When you fight to not smoke weed anymore. When you fight to disassociate yourself from all of the friends that you had in the world who want you to see your own people. That's the rest of the moment and decisions you make. And that determines what kind of man you are. Because I know what they're going to do. I know they better than every brother outside of these walls. Men outside of here, I can't trust you. I don't know what you're going to do. Sisters outside these walls, I can't trust you. I don't know what you're going to do. But the men in here, they take that cross and they carry it, man, and they do it nobly. You understand, Sadak? You have something?
I had two things.
Come on.
First thing is everybody remembers that cross, but nobody remembers the crown of thorns that was pushed on top of his head. Why? You know why? Why don't they remember that?
Because it's gonna mess up their weave.
Exactly. The scripture I think is in Hebrews where the Lord says, you know what I'm saying, who are my mother and my brother?
we going there.
So that's another one right there to let you know that his burden, he already knew what it was. That's when he doing his
More so than just a feeling. You have. This is very, very much when you put in a balance everything you've ever learned in your whole life is now up for debate. You thought I was just a black girl. I'm just a black woman. I go to school. I went to college. I'm an AKA or I'm a Delta or whatever. I'm supposed to find me a man and have children and get a nice job and keep my hair done and my nails done and grow old, and that's life. Then you find out that life is completely different because according to what these brothers looking crazy inside these little rooms is saying, now your life is in the balance. Now you have to decide, what do I be? Do I go back to being what I was, or do I continue forward with what the Lord wants me to do, with what's on the words of this book? Somebody has something? Come on.
I would say that if you don't follow the laws, when the Lord comes back, you're gonna die.
Not so much with here, right? Read it one more time. So remember that scenario I gave you. Your life is in a balance. You're in the dark. You so confused. Women used to trip. I've seen women bug out because, hey, so you telling me sex is marriage? So I got 20 husbands? I'm like, Salaki says, chill. Says, you ain't had to say that. You understand? Somebody need to baptize. Right? But the concern is real because she's like, damn, I just slept with a dude last night. Like, you telling me that's my man? Now your life is in the balance, right? Who has something? You breaking it down? Or read it again, Salagia.
Verse 30. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it.
So what life is that talking about?
His worldly life.
If you find that worldly life, you're in the dark and you go back to those friends. You go back to those homeboys and they say, man, what up, man? Man, you done with all that Bible stuff, man? Yo, roll up, man. Where the backwoods at? I got a 3.5 and a Russian cream right now. Roll up, smoke with us. You go back and you say, man, I'm about to smoke that, man. Then you start what?
Lose it.
You're gonna lose your life out. You're gonna lose it. Your whole heart is you gonna need a whole contingency plan with every day of your life, because you're gonna know as you puff on that blunt, you're gonna know I'm living wrong. You're gonna know it because you've seen it. It was taught to you. You know that it's a sin. You know that God don't love everybody. You know that eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster goes against God. You know you ain't supposed to be celebrating Christmas. You're going to be there in Christmas at Thanksgiving thinking about the Native American Indians on the reservation. But you ain't going to have the ground to stand on nothing. You know why? Because you got a blunt in your mouth. How you going to fight for the Native American Indians with a blunt in your mouth? What grounds you going to stand on? Oh, the Native American Indians died on that day. That's a celebration of their death. Where you learned that at? In the Isupk. But why you ain't with them? Why you ain't continue with them? Because you were weak. And you chose to love the world rather than love the Lord. And so now when you died from lung cancer. Don't be like every hypocritical Christian who does what? Oh, come on. Oh, hold on 1 second. Who does what? They on their deathbed doing what? Sadat?
They're asking God to forgive them and let them into the early days.
God, I swear to God, Lord, I'll never smoke again. I won't ever do it again. God, just give me one more chance. I won't sell another drug. They in the court crying. The hammer coming down. 25 years to life. In that moment, God, please, I'll never do it again. Just give me one more chance. Well, your chance is right here. This is your chance. This is the chance that many of us didn't get to have. But here we are. And now your life hangs in the balance. And so now you can go back to selling drugs and being a gangbanger. But bullets are hot out. They hot. And don't let movies fool you. Everybody ain't 50 Cent. You understand? You don't have a reason to be here. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking that God has a destined reason for you to be here so you can make rap music. That's not how the Lord works. You understand? When evil comes for you, you'd have to know that the Lord created what? Good and evil. Why did the Lord create evil? Come on.
I'm a precept. Hard place. I killed, destroyed.
Yeah, but why did the Lord create evil?
To send his vengeance. Basically,
the Lord created evil to punish you for not choosing good. Otherwise, what good is good? What good is sunny days if there's no rainy days? What good are good times if there ain't bad times? If everybody was rich, then what good is being rich? It'll be normal. To have rich, you have to have poor. You have to have a balance. So the Lord has to bring evil. Otherwise, being good wouldn't be what? It'd be nothing. It wouldn't be no good. It's normal. You understand? It'll be regular. Come on.
I was just gonna say it's a test.
Yeah. Everything is a test. Everything is a trial because the Lord is one the strongest of us. All right, keep going. Go ahead, Juan. Come on.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world. Be the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Break it down.
I'll get one for me. So basically, if you love Christmas, basically anything that the pressure loves, you don't love God.
What is the world? Underworld. You have what? Sea world. If you step on a football field, they say what? This is my world. You go into the prison system. This is my world. It's a whole different society. Prison. The way you thought life was, it ain't the same in the jungle. It ain't the same in Vietnam and them third world countries. This world is not the world that Christ died for. This isn't the world and that's not what this world is. This world is the world where our oppressor reigns supreme over us, where Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have become prey to predators. You understand? We began to be devoured by every beast of the field. That's the world we're in today. Now, if you love this world, you love what this world pushes, their holidays, their foods, their Christmas, their alternative lifestyles. You love that. Then read.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father.
Hey, read that again from the top. The one you pulled.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Love not the world,
Mm-hmm.
the things that are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If any man love the world,
Mm-hmm.
the love of the Father is not in him.
The love of the Father is not in him. Meaning you don't love the Lord. You understand? Now take me back to Matthew. Let's get through this. So now, if he findeth his life, he shall lose it. Keep going.
Verse 40.
Keep on going to the second part of that.
39.
Mm-hmm.
And he that loseth his life for my sake
Mm-hmm.
shall find it.
Meaning what? You all come in here and you do your 90 days. You do your time. You shed yourself of the world. In that time period, you are literally killing the person you were. That sister who had 20 bodies, you're killing that woman. Because the woman that's going to emerge from her is not the type of woman who would have 20 bodies. She's the type of woman who would have a husband. She's the type of woman who goes to the club and goes to a bar if she chooses to, who brings glory to her husband's name. She's that type of woman. She the type of woman that all the niggas in the club, they say, damn, Sadat got you on lock, huh? And she look at them and say, you damn right, he got me on lock. And I bet you wish you could have a woman like me, but here's the catch. You can, brother. You damn sure can have a woman like that. You can't have her, but you can get one like that. To follow her to class, you're gonna have to call off your righteous brother and learn how to raise up your women and raise up your daughters and your sisters and your wives to be righteous sisters, man. And then we wouldn't have as many brothers getting murdered in the streets. Murdered because a woman is whoring out and the husband finding out now he want to kill the brother. Or now the brother want to kill you. Y'all remember that song with King Von? The song hard as hell, bro, but it was dumb. It was stupid. He gonna be up in this nigga house having sex with his woman. He come through the door. He got Popeyes in his hand, like, babe, mom, got biscuit. He do to you. That's dumb. Oh yeah. Come on now. That's it. So now you lose a brother or a sister lose his life. He shall find it. Meaning what? We talked all about the sad shit already. We talked about it. I hope ain't nobody left yet. You're gonna lose your cousins, you're gonna lose your sisters, your friends, your mother, your father, your brothers, your homeboys. But what will you get? Before that, I mean, of course, the kingdom. But before that, Sadat, what you get right now?
You get brothers and sisters that never leave.
You better look around you out. You better look around. A lot of so it ain't really hit y'all now. Ain't those like this. Kids running around. There's kids all the way here in the back running around. Kids falling down, bruising themselves. 30 women. 30 women to the rescue. I got it. No, I got it. You ain't never seen that kid screaming, the general talking. This is the most important man in the planet Earth right now. He talking and kids is screaming. And the general look at them like they the most beautiful thing on earth. And you know what you remember? You remember in the Christian church. Shh, quiet, keep down. Get them bad kids. Look at Miss Sharita. Them bad kids. I told her, man, them crack babies, that her daughter won't take care of none of her kids. She out there. Yeah. When the last time you seen Shanae? She ain't been to church in about all of 2 months. She out there with them crackheads. That's all they do. You understand? But you come in here, you see something different. Now you all the way in. And you better remember that. You better remember that there's brothers and sisters that you ain't seeing right now. Right now, what time is it? 8:15. There are brothers in the UK doing the exact same thing you're doing right now. Sisters in Canada doing the exact same thing you sisters doing right now. The exact same thing all over the earth. And those sisters will never leave you. Them brothers will never leave you. They'll never tell you to pick up a blunt or tell you to go and or do some. They turn around and say it was his idea. He did it. He eating all the McDonald's in the investigation room. You don't got brothers in here that'll do that. You got brothers in here that's gonna tell you when you're doing wrong. You got sisters in here that's gonna tell you, no, sis, no, you wrong. You wrong for doing that to your husband. You supposed to do this. You supposed to do that. Or you got a sister tell you, listen, you need to go to counsel if that's how you feel. Did you go to he and thee alone? You disagreed? Well, then you need to go to counsel. You don't need to be sitting up here talking to me as if this I can't fix it. Sis, you need to go to counsel. Brother, don't come to me with that bull. I don't like Sadak, man. The way he made my headband, and I feel like he made your headband better than mine because I was $5 short on my payment. So he purposefully don't come to me with that BS. The word I want to say. Go holler at him. Go talk to him. And if y'all disagree, go to counsel. And then now we can build brotherhood. And now you don't have to fist fight and pick up guns and shoot and stab each other over petty disagreements. It's petty and it's common in the black community. The most common club fight starter is what? Sis? I ain't say it. Come on.
You bumped into me.
You bumped into me.
You spilled my drink.
That's all. I appreciate
This brother right here. Come on, man. Hold on. Right? The most common is you stepped on my shoe. You scuffed up my Air Forces, huh?
Why you staring at me?
You staring at me. Are you looking at me? Come on.
Why you talking to my woman?
Why are you talking to my woman? It's because someone stepped on the shoe as if all of you idiots aren't drunk. All of you are drunk. And you think somebody gonna step on it? So I know that somebody gonna step on my shoe when I go to the club. I already know it. Yeah, I expect it. You go look at my shoe closet. Man, why you got so many scuffs up? This club, that club. You understand? But being in here, you start to look at things differently. You start to just behave differently, man, because you learn to actually love your people. And we used to go out to a club called Skewers. And there was one time we was in there and we were drinking, and it was like a gang of GDs. I guess it was GD night at the club. I don't know. But they was in there deep. I'm talking about 12 to 15 deep. And so we rolled up in there like four of us just to have a good time. And they staring, right? They staring because we got the shields on. They like, what the hell is y'all niggas like? These niggas. So, of course, my initial, I'm still shutting myself for the world, of course, so bear with me. Right? My initial reaction is, nigga, who the hell you staring at? Like, I'm about to throw down, like, what's up? But then I remember what Abraham taught. I remember what Aratazah had taught. I remember what General Mahayan taught and the sacrifices that Commander General made. And I remember that the thing that they were staring at is the one thing that I was representing, which was the truth. So now I had to think about how do I behave myself. What do we do here? And so I remember going up to I remember just walking off. Right, we sitting at the table. I just walked off. What's the word? He was like, yo, what's that, man? Yo, y'all gang? Y'all neighborhood? Got shattered with a sword. It just left. His eyes just opened up. He's like, oh, okay, I heard about y'all before. I'm like, yeah, brother. Yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, I knew it was something going on because you was staring pretty hard. He was like, yeah, man. I was like, man, come on, why don't y'all take a drink, man? Let's go get a drink. Took the brother out to the bar, bought him a drink. After that, you know what he said? He said, man, I ain't never experienced no brothers like that. In the world, whether I'm right or wrong, we would have just been thumping or shooting at each other. He said, if y'all ever need anything, call me, let me know. He gave me his number. You understand? From dying, to become something new in the truth in the neighborhood. But I got a problem with my wife. But if you a nigga out here just doing all kinds of things, who gonna call you? Men and women who will call you. Then how do you plan on raising children? If brothers and sisters today say, I ain't never gonna call for nothing. He retarded. He crazy. He do this, he do that. How do you plan on answering the call for your children? What advice you gonna give them? I know it's easy in the beginning. In the beginning, it's stay in school. But eventually, they turn 13. Eventually, they become 16, 18, 24. What advice would you give them to live the life that you lived? To do the things that you've done? That's not what none of you want. And your balance hangs. The life hangs in a balance. And you have a choice whether you decide to get rid of that old man or to find a new. And when you find a new, you get rid of all your old friends, your family members and whatnot, and then you'll find brothers and sisters in here. You'll find sisters in here that you can call and talk to. You'll find sisters in here that you can go to the bar with, you can go to the club with, and you ain't got to worry about them leaving you because they about to go get a train ran on them 2 o'clock in the morning. Now you got to Uber home. You ain't got to worry about that in here because you got sisters who don't do those kinds of things in here. You all understand? Come on with it. Is there any more on that? 40. Nah, you dropped that. Sis had a question in verse 28. Go there.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. Mm-hmm. And fear not them which kill the body.
Mm-hmm. Now fear not them which kill the body. Who can kill your body?
Right.
Come on.
People.
People can kill your body. The American just judicial system, the court system, the army, the synagogues, right? And the heathens, your oppressor, they can kill your body. Keep going.
But are not able to kill the soul.
But they're not able to kill your soul. What does that mean?
What?
Come on.
They can't kill the spirit that lives within your body.
Which is what? The spirit is what? Your spirit is you. You understand? This body that we have is not who we are. This body doesn't mean anything to us. This is merely the temple that the Lord gave us to occupy for a time, which is why it's a sin to do what to it?
To the ground.
How?
By smoking, by tattoos, cutting your flesh, eating unclean foods.
Exactly. It's a sin to do these things because this body does not belong to me. It's not mine. It belongs to the Lord. He gave it to me. I am my spirit. You understand? Which is why what? When Christ, when the disciples asked Christ, when they basically paraphrasing, they asked him, why was he here yet? When the prophecy said that Elias had to come first before Christ came. And Christ told him what? Elias did come. You knew him as John the Baptist. And then they understood that Elias is John the Baptist reincarnated, but it's the same person in a different body. Y'all understand? Which is why it's also a sin to do what? Commit suicide. You don't have no rights to your body. You don't have the right to commit suicide because it's not yours. It's not yours to make that decision. If the Lord wants you dead, he'll do it. He'll do it. He'll shut you off from wherever he at, and you'll just stop breathing. They'll say you had a heart attack, or they'll say you had a stroke, or they'll say you died from cancer. The Lord wants you dead, he'll do it. The Lord wants you alive, he'll keep you alive. You understand? But you don't have the right to make that own decision. Is there any more on that?
Come.
Keep going.
But rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Meaning what? Who was the fear? Who are we fearing? Who is the him? Come on.
The Lord.
The Lord. You fear the Lord because he has a power that man does not. Keep going. We'll break it down. Which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Sorry. He's able to basically to kill your body and take your soul from you, and able to he has the power to not allow you to come back.
Not just to not allow you come back, but when you come back, he has the power to put you where?
Sorry.
In hell. Right? And your condition could be what?
Worse than before.
Worse than before. Right? Your condition can be worse than before in hell. You be born a damn paraplegic. And the Lord did it. That's why when Christ's first miracle, when he healed the blind man, the disciples asked him what? When he healed the blind baby, they asked, who did, oh, you had it? Come on.
They asked, was it him or his parents?
Who did what?
That made him be blind, or who sinned?
Who sinned? They asked, who did sin? Was it the baby or was it his parents? Because they knew that the Lord could put that soul into a defiled body because of what he did in the past. And now the baby has to be born blind. And as he's born blind, he still has to do what? He still got to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. He still got to do it. You understand? And that's how God works. So I would suggest making it easy on yourself. Understand? Any more on that? Who had the other one? I think it's in Hebrews. The mother and father. I mean, not mother and father.
Who are my mother?
Yeah, who are my mother and father?
Like Hebrews 5.
My mother and brother. Y'all make sure to get y'all questions ready, because if you don't, I'm going to play Christian. And I'm feeling real. There you go. I'm feeling real super Christian tonight, so. 12:46.
This book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 46. Father and his brother stood without.
So now Christ is speaking to the people. He's teaching. Knock on the door. The Shema is saying, you know, Christ, your mother and your brother, they trying to talk to you, right? Keep going.
Desiring to speak with him.
Who's your family? You read.
Whosoever shall
serve me, and we serve each other as a family, not as a army or the Navy or the Air Force, if necessary. A family that will not, and you not doing the things that goes against God, it's not because it's because you know that you love Sister Anawa, Sister Tharawa Pa. You understand? Sister Kalaya Bon God or Kalaya Bon Yahweh. You love brothers and sisters that you ain't never even seen before. You ain't never met them. You have no idea who that is. But you know that they're fighting the same fight you're fighting. And if you quit, then you fail them. And you go back to the Christian church. And you're back around people who fail you every single day. How many times, how many of y'all hate how many of y'all have said at some point, I hate my family. I hate y'all niggas. I can't stand y'all. You was supposed to come to my birthday party. Ain't no one showed up. You ain't give me this. You ain't did this. You supposed to have my back. We done had a falling out. All of that. Your whole life. I thought you was my blood. Blood's supposed to be thicker than water. You understand? Now you got to go outside your family and you got to say things like, what? This my brother, bro. Blood couldn't make us no closer, bro. You know why? Because blood is not what makes you a family. It's not. It never has. It never was. It never was. Just because someone had sex with someone else and they ended up being your cousin, that didn't make you your family. What made you your family was the brother that you stood with in arms, whether it was in righteousness or whether it was wickedness. But that was your brother. Then that other nigga who was, y'all got the same mom, I guess. This my nigga though. This nigga I'ma roll with. If I got to choose between the two of y'all, I'm gonna go with him. That's your family. And this ain't no different. You understand? I know we was born into this thing together, but I was raised with them. I was raised here, and that's what I'm gonna stay with. Understand? Any more?
Sir.
All right. Anything else? Mike Shaw, I don't know if you heard me before, but man, that question, as far as with the standards, like I said, I would go check out Cam Carter's lecture for all the standards. Gotta get them on the wall too. Man, it's such a small area. The standards, right? And the standard for Judah is what? Yeah, y'all don't know the standard. There's a bunch of Judites in here. It's a lion.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. The standard for Isupk is what?
The standard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you say standard.
Or am I thinking of something else?
I don't think the word you're using is wrong.
Yeah, I was about to give an explanation.
No, it's a standard.
You call it standard.
That's exactly what it is. What else would it be?
Simple.
Yeah, I thought it was like
Yeah, the representation.
Yeah, simple sound.
Nah, it's a standard. Each tribe has a standard. I'm almost 100% sure about that. Now, what I'm saying the standard is may be wrong, but each tribe has a standard. Y'all about to make me do some research right here, right now. Hold on.
You're saying a standard. It's like,
Hold on. I might be right. I mean, wrong.
So are you saying like we supposed to have traits?
now that, okay, now if that's what you're saying.
Now, hold on 1 second now, because y'all done tried to tell me ain't no such thing about a standard now.
I'm not saying it's not. I just don't think you're using the right word to describe what you're trying to say.
Nah, let me look. Let me look. Man, right now the standard. So, like, if I'm saying that wrong, but I do know that each tribe has a standard. Come on now, bring it out. What you got?
For the rising of the sun, shall they of the standard of the camp of Judah pitch throughout the nation, and son of.
Come on, try it.
And Emanad,
And let's say Emanad for now.
Emanad shall be captain of the children of Judah.
So the standard would have been the flag with the line of Judah on it. It's all standard.
Yeah.
You understand? Come on.
Okay, so it wouldn't be like, for example, what was it? Benjamin was supposed to be like the teacher? Or
No.
that Levi?
Levi were the priest.
Yeah.
Levi were the priest. That's just because before the order of Melchizedek, before Christ came, the only priests were the Levites. That's why when they carried the ark, the covenant, the ark of the covenant, only Levitical priests could touch it. There was at one point, all y'all know what it is, sisters? Y'all know what the ark of the covenant is? Come on now, this is a family, man. Y'all be here, man. Come on. But the ark of the covenant, man, it's pretty much just a big chest, right? That's carried up on the shoulders of men, and inside is like things like the two tablets or the stone tablets of the 10 Commandments that Moses got out Mount Sinai, and they carry it around. That's basically what. Just think of like a big casket, but it's made of all gold. That's the Ark of the Covenant, but only Levitical priests were able to touch it. And something happened. I think an earthquake happened, and the ark was about to tip over, and a brother went and tried to touch it, and yeah, the Lord killed him. The Lord killed him. That's what I be saying. Y'all in this Christian church being fooled like a mug. You think God is all love? This nigga, bro, it's the ark about to fall. This is something that's precious unto the Lord. And he tried to just hold it up. The Lord killed him right then and there. Because the Lord said what? The Lord said, don't touch it. That's it. You understand? That's the order. And that's how the Lord worked. So you think the Lord gonna play with you about eating shrimp? Come on now. But where we at? Oh, I was correct. That's where we was at. Standard. Yeah. All right. Questions? No sweat. No sweat. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
So does it have anything to do with like, you know how like the tribes all have like their thing, like, okay, maybe Levi was like a bad example, but like Isupk, like they like build stuff.
Okay, that's not I don't think that's a standalone. 919 says, like I said, I know God is Gad is the bow and arrow. Simeon Simeon is the battle. It's the battle axe, right? Reuben is the horse. Asher is the grape of the vine. I'm just trying to find where it says that. Like I said, hold on. So like, just for time's sake, I'm gonna give it to you. Just remind me, text me and remind me that that's what you need. Just for time's sake, because that's a lot. But as far as who they are, like, let me ask y'all a question. All right. I'm gonna ask the sisters a question. Let me get y'all talking. And no one else answered. Who on the earth right now has the most oil? Yeah, since I don't know if I should be asking you either. Give me Deuteronomy 33:24. I want to know. This Middle East. Like, man, I don't know nothing but outside of North Carolina. All right, hold on. So now, is blessed. All right, read it again. Sorry. That's what the children. And them Hispanics, they be getting it on. They be popping out. Let him dip his foot in oil. Mean representation. Judah, except Benjamin, it's a lot. But what does it say about Judah? It says Judah fights each other for any and everything. That's what it says. We just can't stop fighting each other. Who better, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant? Fist fight. Who better, the Cowboys or whatever? Fist fight. Who better, Michael Jackson or Prince? Fist fight. We fight about every goddamn thing. That's Judah. That's niggas in the Bible. Benjamin says we'll travel as of like a pack, and they get their food from afar and bring it back to they work. They got email from doing some kind of work. They just work, and then they take the money and they send it right back to Jamaica. They send it back to the islands, to their family. That's what Benjamites do. They roll in packs with their own, right? At Issachar, they say he is like he findeth shade, he kneeleth under shade, and he worketh so much that he kneeleth under the shade beside the tree. You go past some orange fields, you're gonna see what? Niggas with straw hats, leaning up under them trees, catching that shade with an orange. That's Issachar. That's in the Bible. You understand? But now, who has the most oil?
Salaki, sir.
Sadat.
Concert. This is proven oil reserve by country. Rank. Rank number 1, Venezuela. Rank number 2.
Oh, that's it. That's all I needed. All I needed was number 1. The Bible said that Asher's foot would be dipped in oil. We all thought it was the Middle East that had the most oil. It ain't. It's your brothers down south. It's your brothers who got the most oil. You understand? So those are like the representations of who we are. When I first heard that, I was like, God damn, you will never learn about that in church, ever. I don't care how long you go to church, you will never hear about this. You'll forever think that, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, things like that had the most oil, when in actuality it's Venezuela. It's the tribe of Asher, whose foot is dipped in oil, which was prophesied in the Bible thousands of years ago when Moses left Egypt. I don't know how much surreal you can get as far as this book. Now, we good on that, sis? Yeah? All right.
So that is a part of the standard, or it's not?
I don't know what the exact word is. I would say, I don't know if it all goes together in one. I have to get clarification on that. But it is part of who they are. It's part of why we are the way we are, so on and so forth. Now, questions?
On topic or off topic?
Off topic. I'm going to play Christian, so come on. He thinking of something right now. Why is the sky blue in the back?
I say, when Christians say, why is the Isupk the home of truth? Like, basically, what would you say to that?
Why would I say the Isupk is the home of the truth?
Okay.
First, you got to answer, what is the truth? What is the truth?
Follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
The law, statutes, and commandments. Do they follow all statutes and commandments in the Christian church? You can just shut the hell up and come to class then. That ends that. That ends that conversation. You smoking a blunt, asking me this question. That's why this is the home of the truth. And here we follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We teach to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's it. You understand? We don't accept white people into our classes. We don't accept heathens. We don't celebrate heathen holidays. We don't marry heathen women or marry heathen men. We don't eat unlawful foods. We don't sin against the Lord. We teach to follow all the law, statutes, and commandments in here, which makes this the home of the truth. And it is the only authorized truth in the face of the earth. And it was established when?
1969.
Precept. I love how when I say precept, everybody start looking into the book. If they know where they going, you don't know where you about to go. Y'all about to look up 1969 in the Bible, huh? Give me numbers 16 and 32.
one kind, sir.
All right. Let me see. Started verse. Hold on. I don't think that's it. Hold on. 1 second. You said the what? I think it's in Revelations what I'm looking for.
This book of Hebrews chapter 5.
The Wi-Fi acting up. But no swear. It's when the Lord said that the earth helped. Let me see one more time. With the woman with the staff of Judah. I can see Revelation 12 and 16. That's it. No, I wasn't tripping.
Come on, sir.
All right, read what you got.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 14.
For 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
And he do it great wonders.
13. Revelation 12 and 13.
Mm-hmm. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth,
mm-hmm.
he persecuted the woman
mm-hmm.
which brought forth the man child.
Y'all know what this is talking about? You know who the dragon is? Who is it?
The oppressor.
And the dragon is who's not specifically, but it's all of these nations, right? Italy, Russia. Mm-hmm. Remember, this dragon has 7 heads. Its heads also has crowns. Crowns also have thorns, which is Gog and Magog, Russia. You understand? So on and so forth. Italy, England, all of these kingdoms who is ruling over the earth right now. And the woman is trying to give birth to Israel. The woman is trying to give birth to the new kingdom and our rulership. But the dragon is hovering over her, intimidating her, because the dragon is trying to tell the woman that if she gives birth to that baby, then he is going to devour it. You understand? Which is who? It's us. It's us coming out of the world. It's us being reborn in the truth and standing for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The world tells you that this is a cult. That like I remember my grandma used to tell me, they gonna kill you. You in there, you out there calling the white man the devil. They gonna kill you like they did Fred Hampton, like they did Malcolm X, because it's intimidating, right? To stand for Black people. It's hard to do because your family members think you're gonna be the next Malcolm X. You're gonna be the next Martin Luther King. You're gonna be the next Fred Hampton. Come on.
I was told by a family member that I was just in a stage that I possibly might come out of it.
Man. Lord be with you if you do, brother. Mm-hmm.
I'll call it Hebrew Israelite.
Call
it Hebrew Israelite.
What?
That's what I was phrasing on my dad.
Well, we are Hebrew Israelites.
According to he's Black too, so he's like, I don't know, terminology.
No, I'm not understanding, brother. But you understand, but they'll be more so in fear of you losing your life for standing up for Black people. It's like almost a sin in America to stand up for Black people. Look at what they did to Colin Kaepernick. He took a knee to stand for Black people. They did what? They ostracized the hell out of him. They took his job away from him. They did what they did. Kanye West, Kyrie Irving reposted something, and you see what they did to him. So that is the dragon. That dragon that's saying, if you stand for Black people, I'm gonna make sure you're poor. I'm gonna make sure that America hates you. You go in there and you say you not pro LGBTQ. Oh, ain't nobody watching your movies. You trying to be a rapper? Go up there and say, Oh, that you ain't standing for LGBTQ. You forget that rap career. They gonna shut all that down because they're trying to intimidate you to not stand for the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And to the woman.
Nah, you got the last part of 13. He persecuted the woman.
He persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man child.
So the woman gave birth to this man child. Who is this man child?
The children of Israel.
In this context, is who specifically? Who? Who? I can't hear what you said. Judah? Remember, Judah is just one tribe that came from Jacob. So who is this talking about? Who is this man child?
Would it be Christ?
It's Christ. Christ is a man who was going to stand against that oppression. He's the one who stood against the Romans. He's the one who stood against Pontius Pilate. He stood against everyone saying that he was in court. Christ said, when you come to serve me, prepare thy soul for trials and tribulation, because the world will hate you. He said, if the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. For if ye were of the world would love and accept its own. But because ye are not of the world rejects you. But he did it first. Keep going.
Verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and a time, and half a time, from the face of the serpent.
Meaning what? So we were given a time period to do what? To build ourselves up. Have a grace period. You understand? Where we're not just being murdered by the oppressor. We're here to learn about the truth and to grow and grow and grow without being disrupted. Keep going.
Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman.
Now, what is the waters that the serpent cast out? Remember, the dragon and the serpent is the same thing, right? But the serpent is specific. It's specifically talking about that serpent in the garden, which is who specifically? The white man. That is who this serpent is. Serpent is a liar, a deceiver. And this serpent cast out its lies after that time period. What was the time period? What time period did we have when we ruled after that baby was born?
The Dark Ages?
Give her a hand. The Dark Ages. You ever heard of Socrates? He was a black man. King James was a black man who ruled Scotland and western parts of England, right? All of these, Aristotle was another brother. But after, when King David's grandson, right, when they had the Jacobite Revolution and they lost power over England, the Dark Ages ended. It was called the Dark Ages, a span of 1,000 years where dark-skinned people ruled the earth. And that is when white people were where? Mount Seir. They were in the Caucasus Mountains. They were Caucasoids and they were cavemen. They came out of the caves and waged a war against what today would have been Europe. But it was ruled by us because we had a time period where we were supposed to learn about God. But when white people came and waged war against us, we decided to do what? To learn about their gods. We accepted them. Instead of blocking them from inside of our cities, we allowed them to come in and then they destroyed us. How did they destroy us? Read it again.
Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth.
His mouth is how he destroys you. The white man ain't destroyed you because of he done slaughtered all of you. You're here. You got parents. You got family members. He destroyed you because of what he said out his mouth. Keep going.
Water as a flood after the woman.
Keep going.
That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
He wants to move her. Get rid of that. Get rid of Israel. Move from that. Carry her away of the flood. Keep going.
Verse 17.
16.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And the earth helped the woman.
Eventually, the earth helped the woman. Keep going.
And the earth opened up her mouth
Mm-hmm.
and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
What does that mean? What is the flood?
So
Mm-hmm.
the lies.
God loves everybody. Says your Borgia. The angels are white, little babies floating around. The kings of Scott, the kings of England. King James was a white man who was a homosexual. That God is coming back to send peace on earth. All of these things are lies, and this has flooded the earth for thousands of years since the Renaissance era, which means what? What does Renaissance mean? Sadat? To bring new. They changed everything during the Renaissance era. They went in and whitewashed everything. They're doing it in Egypt right now, before your face. They're whitewashing the hieroglyphics on the wall. During the Renaissance era is when they massively did it, meaning it was ridiculous how much they was just like, oh, it's a picture of Sadat. Yeah, let's make him white. This is going to turn him white. You understand? After that time period, eventually, the earth helped us with this flood by swallowing up those lies. How did it do that? So, Doc, you had something?
I did, but I forgot. Go ahead.
That's weird. How did it do that? Open her mouth and swallow up the flood, which the dragon cast out his mouth. Those lies. Who? Come on.
You kept the lies?
He didn't keep the lies. It opened her. Remember, when the dragon opened his mouth, he destroyed you with lies. How does the earth help you? What is our power? How do we fight?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
With the Lord.
Yes, a little bit more. Drive it home. Do we get guns and fight the white man?
No, so like
Do we get guns and pick up arms against the white man and get brothers to stop selling drugs to each other? Did I have to kill anybody to bring any of you in here? We have to do that. How did the earth help us? Come on. By what? Talking what?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The truth.
In 1969, the earth helped us by allowing the truth to be spoken on those street corners, by telling Black people that God is a Black man and Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people, and the Lord has not dealt with any other nation except you. And because that, we have a duty to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. That is how the earth helped us. You understand? To combat the lies with the truth. That's it. That's the whole point of us being here. The Bible says what? For in that day I send for many fishermen, and they shall fish men. But there comes another day when the Lord will send for what? He'll send for hunters. And then you'll hunt men out of the cliffs and out of the rocks and out of all the creepy places that they try to hide and all them $1 million bunkers that they think they're going to hide in. Yeah, the Lord going to need hunters to go get them out. Somebody got to build the kingdom of heaven. I'm going to get Donald Trump. I don't really want Donald Trump though. So Doc, you can have him. I'm gonna get Tom Brady or something. Make him my quarterback. Toss that pigskin 100 yards, you getting whipped. so like it. Is there anyone that? Oh, keep going.
Verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
And now the dragon is mad with her because you say the white man is the devil. Because you say that you're not supposed to celebrate Christmas. You're not supposed to celebrate his holidays. Now America and the other nations, they hate it. They come to you and say, get a job. Get a job. That's a cult. You're a hate group. You're a hate group. They say that. We ain't killed nobody. We ain't hurt nobody. We ain't did nothing to not a damn person. Yet we a hate group. The NYPD ain't a hate group though. Raleigh Police Department, they ain't a hate group for killing my friend who ran away because he was getting ready to be booked for child support. Shot him 7 times in his back in his own front yard. over child support. They ain't a hate group though. That ain't a hate group.
Nah.
You know, Fidel Castile, Eric Garner choked out over selling Lucy cigarettes. That ain't a hate group though. Botham Jean, Fidel Castile. What's the brother's name? George Floyd Nichols.
Oh,
Tyree Nichols, beat to death by the Scorpion unit. The Scorpion unit ain't a hate group though, right? They hate us because we tell the truth. If we said anything else, if we would have came in here and everybody said, everybody look out to the sky now, we're gonna worship the moon tonight. Tonight is moon worship night. No one would hate you. They just think y'all crazy as hell. So y'all retarded. But no one would say nothing. They would say, y'all just retarded, y'all worship the moon. If you go to your mom and say, I'm Muslim, they'll say, it is what it is. That's his spirituality. But because you in here, you're hated. And when your own people hate you, it's because they're intimidated by that dragon as well, being America. Keep going.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Now they make war with the rest of us. Keep going.
Which keep the commandments of God.
Which what?
Keep the commandments of God.
Who is the seed?
Israel.
Nah, read it again. Which what?
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Which keep the commandments of God. Her seed is those who keep the commandments of God, which is how you know what? Bring it home. Which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Bring it home. How do you know that the earth helped us in 1969? How do you know?
They taught us that so-called
Because the ISUPK keeps the commandments of God and has the testimony of Jesus Christ. How do you know this is the truth? Because we teach to keep the commandments of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. How is the Christian church not the truth? Because they don't teach the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't have the testimony of Christ. You can't have one without the other. And this is the book of Revelations. If I'm not mistaken, this is the New Testament, isn't it? The testimony of Christ is to keep the commandments of God. So how does the church teach us that the commandments of God is done away with? But they have the testimony of Christ because they are the lie that is being spewed by that dragon. They are the lie. What they say is the lie that keeps us destroyed. And what we say in the Israelite school of UPK is what makes that damn dragon mad. This is what pisses the devil off, because what we say is the truth and what they say is a lie. Simple. Simple. That's it. So you want to battle a Christian out. All you do is make them feel very, very minute. Very, very small, very, very microscopic. And you do it with seasoning, and you do it with pulling these scriptures right here. That's all I will do. Anything else? Y'all good? Make sure anybody online. I ain't no sweat. Maya Shah, I got you. Kumar Paul, Most High in Christ. Also, remember Lord's 54th annual Passover. Right. Y'all go ahead and get up in there, man. Put your affairs in order. And we're going to, before that too, Sadat, I'll let Sadat, you announce it, but with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Sadat. We're going to end it there. Oh, you got it. Yeah, you got it on your phone. Yeah, just read it from your phone. And just remember, I'll interrupt for the shuttle buses and everything.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3, 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations
is Passover, of course, and then you got the Feast of Purim, which is going to be on the March 5th, right? Sunday and the 6th, that Monday. This Passover this year, this feast, we're going to have it here at the Goldsboro School. It's the first feast. Yeah, Most High Christ, the Water Captain Ithak and his leadership, but we're going to have the first feast here in the Goldsboro School. It's going to be packed. We're going to rock it out. We're going to have the AC blowing. I'm telling y'all though, man, but we going to have a good time, man. The Feast of Purim is it's a special feast, man, because I know sometimes sisters come into the truth and they try to find their foot and they see all this masculinity, brothers going to camp and brothers battling and doing things like that. So they try to find themselves in these scriptures, man. But there's many stories where sisters did wonderful things in here, and Esther is one of those sisters who saved the nation of Israel with using her skills, man. So the Feast of Purim is to honor her and to remember that sister. And so we're going to come up in here on Sunday, Monday, we're going to get it on, food, drinks, whatever. And that's it. So, like, come on.
Remind Akim and Akwathium to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that,
just clue out.